All right, let's get right into it. We live in a world that feels like it's just constantly yelling at us from our screens, right? But what if I told you the real story, the one that's actually shaping our lives, isn't happening online at all? Today, we're going to talk about a hidden power, a huge one. It's the quiet influence of the offline majority.
You know that feeling? You pop open an app and bam, it feels like the entire planet is either obsessed with or absolutely furious about the exact same thing. Could be a new movie, some political drama, a totally bizarre trend. It's just this massive wave of opinion, and it's easy to feel like you're the only one not in on it.
But hang on a second. Let's just stop and think. Is that feeling even real? Is everyone really talking about it? Or are we just hearing the same few voices, amplified over and over and over again? This is the big question, and trust me, the answer changes how you see everything.
So, to get to the bottom of this, first we have to understand the illusion we're all kind of living in. Let's talk about the social media echo chamber. Yeah, that place where what we already believe just gets bounced back to us, and let's figure out why the online world feels so incredibly loud.
It's a really simple but super powerful trick our minds play on us. See, social media algorithms are literally designed to show us the most emotional, the most extreme, the most frequent posts. Why? Because that's what gets a reaction. And our brains, well, they make this little leap, this critical mistake. We assume that what's super visible is what's widely believed.
And you don't have to take my word for it. The data is crystal clear on this. Study after study shows that a tiny, tiny fraction of users, we're talking sometimes as small as 10%, are creating something like 80% of all the content. Just let that sink in for a second. What feels like this huge global conversation is often more like a play put on by a very small, very active group, while pretty much everyone else is just in the audience, watching. So, if that small group is making all the noise, who isn't, right? This is where the whole story pivots. Let's shift gears and meet this massive, silent group that's been hiding in plain sight the whole time.
So say hello to the offline majority. Now, these aren't people who are checked out from the world. Not at all. They're just checked out from performing their opinions online. They are absolutely still reading, they're listening, they're forming complex ideas. They're just not hitting that post button. And here's the kicker. There are way, way more of them than you'd ever guess.
So what do they look like? Well, they're the people who would much rather have a real conversation over coffee than get into a comment thread war. Their opinions are shaped more by their coworkers, their family, their actual neighbors, than by some viral video. They're the listeners, the observers, the ones who are taking it all in without feeling that constant need to broadcast a reaction for everyone to see.
Okay, this is where it gets really, really interesting. If this huge group of people is so quiet, how on earth could they have any power? Well, the truth is, their influence is enormous. It's just operating where most of us aren't looking, off-screen.
And that's a totally fair question, right? In a world that thinks influence means likes, shares, and going viral, how can silence possibly compete? Well, the secret is that we have to change our definition of what influence actually means in the real world.
Think about it like this. Online influence is flashy, it's exciting, but it's often gone in a flash. It's measured in these temporary things like likes and shares. Offline influence, though, that's different. It's solid. It's concrete. It's measured in the real-world decisions people make that have real, lasting consequences, like who they vote for, what they spend their money on, and how they show up in their communities.
I mean, a viral tweet has never passed a law, but millions of quiet votes, they do. A trending hashtag doesn't keep a business afloat, but millions of loyal, repeat customers, they absolutely do. This right here is the hidden engine of society. It's the massive, cumulative weight of countless individual, private, offline choices.
Okay, so why does this actually matter? Because understanding this isn't just a fun fact. It's a tool. It gives you a brand new lens to see past all the noise and understand what's really going on in the world.
Just think about what this means for a second. For politics, it's a huge reminder that Twitter is not the real world, it's not the electorate. For business, it shows that chasing a viral moment is way less valuable than building actual long-term trust. And maybe the most important part, for you, for your own sanity. This is so liberating. Just realizing that the tidal wave of online outrage you see is often just a performance by a very small group of people can be an amazing way to dial down your own anxiety.
In the end, it really all boils down to this one simple truth. Real power doesn't always need a megaphone. A lot of the time, it's quiet, it's deliberate, and it's collective. It's the steady rhythm of everyday life, not the chaotic noise of the 24/7 news feed.
So I'm going to leave you with this one question to take with you. The next time you see some story just totally dominating your timeline, and it feels like the whole world is on the same page, just pause for a second and ask yourself, am I hearing from everyone, or am I just hearing from the loudest few? The answer, I promise, might just change how you see everything.